2 years before I worked with Paul, I worked for YOKO. I directed her video. I was hired to direct her. I was paid $1,000, which is nothing, even back then. But I wanted to do it, so I did it. It was called Love 90. John Lennon had a song called Love on his first solo album. And so she did it. It was 1990, and she did that song. Kind of an abomination, but at least she sang instead of sounding like a baby calf that was being slaughtered, like she usually sounds. It was a style, and the B-52s picked up on it, and they made it popular. Like Rock Lobster. So
that was the weirdest song, Rock Lobster.
It was weird, wasn't it?
What is it about?
I don't know. It's about a scuba diver and all the fish that he sees. It's a hell of a story. It could be like a Dr. Seuss book. There goes a narwhal. Whatever. So anyway, I did Love 90, and my biggest memory of doing her video was anytime I had an idea for YOKO, like we were in Strawberry Fields and in the early, so there would be no one there. And YOKO always wore these big ass sunglasses, huge, covered half of her face. She always wore them at that time. Every idea. I said, YOKO, I have an idea. Oh, what's that? For this shot, why don't you take off your sunglasses? She glared at me and she said, I don't think so. Every idea was, I don't think so. And that was like her nickname after a while, I don't think so. Anyway, we were doing and when I got to work with Paul a couple of years later, they knew my resume, the management people, and they said, listen, whatever you do, don't tell Paul that you worked for YOKO. So I never told him, I had to keep that.
Why not?
At the time, they hated each other.
Hating on.
So when I was editing, YOKO said, I have all this footage that you can use for the video of me and John. Like one of his last photo sessions was them pretending to make love. They're both nude and everything, but you don't see anything that you don't want to see, probably. And it was very nicely done and romantic. So she gave me that to use in the video and a bunch of other stuff. So I worked it into the video. I can't play the video because Yoko's very litigious, is that the word? She likes to sue people. And I'll tell you how that happened in a minute. So anyway, I did the video, and then they never asked for all the footage back, so I just had it, And years later, when I was doing this podcast, this channel, and I said, I can use this John Lennon footage too. So I put it up. I cut a video of the making love thing, and I had another thing where he's having lunch with George, and you can see bits of it on YouTube from other people, but I had the whole thing. Anyway, I put all that up, and there was probably 6 or 7 videos, and then one day I had 6 or 7 copyright strikes. Now when you get a copyright strike from YouTube, you get a notification from them and an email or whatever, and they tell you who issued the copyright strike, who was the complainant. And it had my name, my channel name, and then it said complainant Yoko Ono Lennon. She was the complainant. She's fucking sitting in her wheelchair issuing copyright strikes when she could be like convalescing or something. So I had to take all those down, unfortunately.
What was Strawberry Fields about? Everyone says something different.
The song or the part?
The song.
Oh, so some of the lyrics are kind of confusing, like nothing's real, whatever, that's apparent, nothing to get hung about, nothing to worry about, in other words, Strawberry Fields for her. But one line that's a little bit obscure is, no one I think is in my tree. I mean, it must be high or low. I think, no, yes, but it's all right. I think it's not too bad, or something like that, close. But anyway, he himself explained that no one I think is in my tree. I mean, it must be high or low, means his intellect. He's either a genius or he's crazy. His tree is just representing his persona or his capacity, or it's a slang term, I guess. Get out of my tree or something. But that's what it means. He says, I don't know if I'm crazy or I'm a genius, but no one else is like me. That's what that line means. No one, I think, is in my tree. No one else is in his tree. No one is on the same level as him, even if he's crazy or a genius. Doesn't matter. So that's how that worked.